Alright guys, what's up everyone? Hopefully everyone having a fantastic day. I said I was gonna do this a little bit more in-depth call today, which is of course what we're gonna have already. So we're gonna have an in-depth call right now. Alright, and in today's call we're gonna go over pretty much what I think will happen during next week's price action, but also covering some more in-depth stuff. So bring out your notepad, bring out the pen, take notes during this video, and let me just share some little sauce. So of course this is for the next upcoming Saturday, September 14th. That's the Sunday today, or Saturday. I usually do these calls on Sunday. That's why I mixed it up. And of course this is for the next upcoming week. Now overall, what y'all can see here is pretty much on the monthly time frame. You can see an little market maker sell model. I've been trying to focus on this. We'll talk more about it. But overall, what we're targeting at the end of the year is more or less this original consolidation low. So you're gonna be bearish. You're gonna have bearish order flow on the monthly time frame for a while, right? So overall, even if next month, which I'm thinking it's gonna be bullish next month. Even though the next month is bullish, the overall order flow is still going to be bearish, meaning that bearish PD raise is going to get respected. So bearish order flow or order flow in general just means that the direction of PD raise getting respected, that's pretty much your singular order flow. So if bearish PD raise pretty much gets respected in a premium, it's bearish order flow. And of course I showed you guys in the last lesson how you measured that singular order flow, where actually you deviated that up to quadrants. And of course I hear my ICT's voice in my head telling me it's not quarterly theory now, but it's pretty much when you divide PD raise into quadrants and you measure the pretty much order flow. Alright, you can see why I thought we would overall take this buy side liquidity. That's just because we reacted off more or less the 100% mark on the monthly time frame. I actually closed and I even reacted off this rejection block, which is a little bit strange, right? But if you measure it from like yearly, you can see this for VAGAP right here. 25% mark is more or less here. So yeah, like there's of course always gonna be a little bit of a of uncertainty, of course, because nothing is 100% win rate, or nothing is real enigma shit. All right, it's just ICT who has the enigma. But all right, what we're watching is this sell side liquidity. I want you guys to have that annotated, and I want you guys to have this original consolidation sell side annotated as well. So going into it, you can see pretty much we had a small money reversal here, coming back to the monthly fair value gap from 2003. You see ICT is not really a new thing. This always existed. And right now we've just started a small reversal here, and we just continue down lower with bearish order flow, and the bearish order flow is going to continue. Right, the thing I want you guys to have in your mind is these reticulos and this constant encroachment of this fair value gap. All right, and I think I have much more zoomed in version, so I can say the original consolidation again. And I want you guys to have this annotated, the constant encroachment of this little fair value gap, even though this month is not closed. I think will not go higher than this high. I think the high of the month is already in, and I called that out. You can go back and listen to my other video where I actually talked. I was the only one talking about the institutional advantage, just because this was what I was seeing. Alright, this was what I was seeing in my head. Now you can see we have reticulos with 2 months, and I think we'll sweep that sell side liquidity right here. So you have this sell side liquidity. You can also see sell side liquidity right here. Right, reticulos. You could also have this annotated, but of course also have this as your final drawn liquidity. Now this is something I'm watching, where I'm watching us, taking these reticulos, taking these reticulos as well, driving down into a rejection block of this, engineering reticulos again, and then driving up for 1 month, because if you look at the seasonalities, we usually are overall bullish now after taking an immediate low, which I showed you guys as well. I think 2 weeks ago or something, with aligning the seasonality chart, and you can see pretty much we should overall drive up higher right at the end of the year, and then pretty much at start of December we should continue down lower sharply, and January as well. So that's pretty much what I'm watching. But now I'm watching this sell side liquidity because that's also imprinted in the seasonalities where we actually take that. And now on the weekly chart, what you guys can see is that we have taken buy side, we have taken sell side. So I have this annotated, right? Why I want you guys to have this annotated is just because once we have taken buy side and once we have taken sell side, this is our dealing range, but it also becomes an in-market bank price range. So we're working with this high and we're working with this low, and it has overall been stuck between this high and this low for a while in this reconsolidation, right? You can see the other reconsolidation pretty much here. So you can drag the left side to the right side. So you would know pretty much that the reconsolidation would be here, and we have pretty much been in this little consolidation for an entire year, right? But as of now, I'm watching this rejection block right here, as it's real strong. Once the market has taken buy side and sell side, created a rejection block, that rejection block will be very, very strong. All right. So the thing I'm watching is overall driving down. You can see the red equal lows again, and here as well. Driving down, taking this. Alright, and even though we have maybe swept this low, we have not swept this low by like 30 pips, which is of course what you need to see, right? You need to see an ICT purge, and this is something I want you guys to have in your notes as well. I want you guys to have pretty much that the low is not where the liquidity lies, alright? The liquidity lies under the low, so over every single high and low there is a liquidity pocket. There is not just the low which every stop loss is located at. Alright, the stop loss is located 5-10 pips below this, meaning if we sweep a certain thing by like say 20 pips, then it's more probable once it reverses, right? Compared to if we just do a simple turtle soup. Alright, because if we do a turtle soup, what price really does is that it takes out initial liquidity pocket just resting below it and just delivering to opposite OTE for us to then continue down lower, which I think will happen, right? So I think we'll pretty much sweep this, alright? Trade up higher into what was this? Causal encroachment of more or less the fair value gap, which will get created on a monthly time frame, which I've been watching. Go back in this video and you'll see pretty much the causal encroachment here. But it could equally as well drive up to this fair value gap and then continue down lower, alright? But as of now, I am bearish on the DXY. I am bearish for the American dollar. So I'm not watching high prices. I'm watching low prices. Higher time frame, I'm watching a little bit higher prices, reaching up into an OT of this swing high to this swing low, more or less, which will get created. So you'll see it. So you can see pretty much I've projected this swing high to the swing low, and this is of course the supposed low, which I think we will reverse upon. And maybe driving us up to the OTE of this range, which of course aligns with this little fair value gap right here. So why do I think this high will stay intact? I'm talking about this high right here. Even though we have relative wise, I think it will stay intact due to that. I don't think it will drive up to and more or less go higher than this, right? I want this month to close bearish, and I don't want this high to overall get traded above, due to that I want this fair value gap to stay intact. Alright? Simple as that. Alright? And you can see the causal encroachment, which I've previously annotated, which is of course another level which the market could drive up to. But I'm more or less rooting for this. So we reprice this whole little fair value gap right here. So after this, driving down lower with interest rates, I think we're gonna drive up all the way to the 100% mark right here, to the 0% mark, and this little fair value gap. You can see this right here, perfectly aligning with the 0% right here. So just a little bit of a wick up here and then lower. So you can see the daily time frame right here, and on the daily time frame you can pretty much see that we have just created a monthly high, or what I think will be the supposed monthly high. And what I'm going to watch now for next week is more or less going to be low prices taking out these red equal lows right here. Alright, that does not say that price of course could now on Monday and Tuesday drive up all the way, taking these red equal Ys and moving into this. That's also plausible, right? That we actually take out this supposed monthly high before of course taking out these red equal lows. So I think price will drive up Monday, Tuesday at least. I don't care how or to which place. I won't share that really publicly. But what I'm thinking price will do at least is if we drive up, it will drive to the big figure 102,000. If we just overall stay below this, I'll show you pretty much where I think we'll reach up to on Tuesday. So those are the two levels, and I actually share them just because you need some sauce before driving down, taking these vertical lows and moving towards this rejection block. Now we could move below this rejection block and reach for the sell side liquidity. I could care less, as overall I'm gonna watch the DXY being in an risk, of course, on situation, meaning the DXY goes lower, USD going to go higher supposedly. So I'm overall gonna maybe be long until I've reached this, and here I'll take a major partial. Of course, I might leave some runners. But here you can see pretty much from the swing high to the swing low, and this is the swing high, this is the swing low I'm talking about. So I've just dragged out the OT here. I can see the pretty much breaker block right here, and the thing I'm watching is overall some pity array in here, maybe this little favor gap right here at the 0.79% mark right here. That's supposedly what I'm watching for. So I'm watching price driving up Monday, Tuesday, upwards here, more or less this level. Of course, before this, I want time is quickly getting taken out, and then I'm watching lower prices. Of course, this maybe not, is going to happen. However, if this does not happen, right, what I'm gonna supposedly look for is big figure 102,000 up below these red tick Ys, right? So that's what I'm watching next. And of course, that's what I'm gonna long on USD once the DXY reaches that level, because then I'm supposedly looking for risk on prices for the DXY. Now you can see pretty much what I think will happen intraday. This was pretty much what I explained, where we pretty much consolidate on Monday, deliver manipulation on Tuesday up to this specific level right here. This was the 4-hour favor gap, as you guys call it. So supposedly there's some order block on 1 hour as well. You guys can go and check that out, and please have that annotated so you can see pretty much it playing out. And then pretty much of OT of this range, that's going to be my second re-entry. Of course, we can't short the DXY, but I'm going to long USD once we have reached this, and then pretty much I'm thinking we'll deliver lower, reaching for this vertical O's. So right here on USD, pretty much as y'all can see, we have the supposed original consolidation right here. Alright, this is the original consolidation, small money reversal. This is pretty much the DXY in reverse, where you actually can see we have reaccumulated for 2 years, and now we're watching the second expansion upwards, reaching for the monthly favor gap, which of course is here. So this is what I'm watching for, or this order block. Now on the weekly time frame, what I told you guys last week, if you guys would have listened up, you would watch this proportion block. Alright, so if you guys would have been awake, I said to y'all that we supposedly gonna make an drive down real fast, taking out time liquidity. Here's time liquidity, and then drive up real fast, and that's pretty much what I'm watching. And that's supposedly why I'm watching higher prices now, or lower prices now for the DXY, and it not going to that big figure level. Alright, I changed my mind. I don't think it's going to the big figure level, but of course we could. There is a possibility still. However, this is supposedly why I think we'll drive up higher. So you can see here, we just drive down right into this proportion block right here on the daily time frame, and then pretty much I was watching high prices, which is what we got. And what I want you guys to have annotated is this buy side and this buy side, and of course, if you go to the weekly or even the monthly, you see a rejection block here. Have that annotated. That's some real sauce. Because I've talked about what I think was gonna happen on the DXY. It in inverse pretty much is gonna happen on EURUSD and GBPUSD. So use it. So have this annotated, guys. Now on an intraday time frame, I think this is the 4-hour, right? I think pretty much we're supposedly gonna drive down to this little favor gap. Of course, that being the mean threshold of this breaker block right here, and not take this previous weekly low. As you have seen, this is also why I think we'll not take the pretty much weekly low, and that's just because we've already taken time liquidity. So time liquidity, this is overall right now an STA, right? It's right now an STA already, and we've already taken time liquidity right here, already repriced into where I think we'll go. So that's why pretty much I'm watching high prices. So here pretty much is what I think will happen on an intraday basis, where I actually think we'll pretty much consolidate on Monday, engineer some red tick wise or something, and then pretty much drive down lower on Tuesday. Of course, expecting the manipulation, expecting the low happening on maybe Wednesday or Tuesday, and then higher prices. Of course, what you need to happen is that you need to have time liquidity getting taken out before entering along here. And that's it for today, guys. Hopefully you liked this call. Hopefully you pretty much annotated a lot of the things, which me myself did. And let's just see how this week play out. Alright, these few next week. Please listen into the back end of my lectures. You'll find a lot of sauce, so please feel free to do that. Alright, but without further ado, thank you all so much and see you all next week. Bye.